If you've ever wanted to make a website or an app and you don't know where to start, well, the tool today is the one you should be checking out. It's called Greta. It uses AI to build whatever it is you describe. I'm going to show you a live build in a second, but let me just show you some of the things I've been playing around with. So I've had a little play with some advanced bits and pieces. This is CareerForge. This is an AI platform for creating better CVs, inspired by one of the deals currently on AppSumo. And this was from a prompt document I gave it. So I came up with a big document and it's actually done a pretty good job, looks really good. The next one was an LTD tracker. So if, like me, you've got lots of deals, it's sometimes difficult to remember them all. The idea being that this is a database of your deals. So you can see, here's Greta, this is how much it costs, this is what it does, here's a link to it. And you can mark whether it's live or it's cancelled or you refunded it. And it should give you some analytics and an overall dashboard. So I'm going to show you now a website I did, because you don't have to do all that fancy stuff. You could just create websites for people. This is bathroom company. All I told it to do, I don't know if it shows the prompt here, if I have to scroll all the way back up, create a high converting website for, and then I gave it the web address. Now, interestingly, when I've tried similar products, they will often go to the website, read it, collect the information. They may even pull in the images. Now, in this case, it didn't do that. It's done a great job of designing a website, but things like the pricing that it lists up here, these prices are incorrect compared to what's on the current website. So what I've learned from that is you really need to provide as much information as possible. Before I give you a live demo, let me just explain the credit system. Depending on what tier you get from AppSumo, will give you different amounts of credits. AppSumo kind of gave me tier 2 to try out, so I had lots of credits to try out. And for a new creation, it only costs 30 credits, which is actually really good, but it does mean you want to put as much information up front as possible, so you then don't have to edit it, because each edit costs 10 credits. And to get started, you start a new chat and we can just ask it for something. So in this case, what I've done is I searched Google Maps. I went to Texas because that's where AppSumo are, zoomed in and picked Juniper. So the website's pretty typical for restaurants. It's probably just a Squarespace or Wix type site, pretty basic. It's okay. You've got testimonials on there. You've got a set of menus, private events. You've got About Us. It's there. It's quite functional. And what I've done is taken all of this content and put it into a Word document. I've also downloaded all of the images. They helpfully provided a gallery of images. I've then had to put them through a converter to shrink them, because some of these were massive. Some of these were 5 meg. But this online website is free to do up to 20 images, does a great job of shrinking them down so that they're ready for use on a new website. As is quite typical with restaurants, the menus were uploaded as images. They weren't actually text-based. I downloaded the images, came to Perplexity, but you could use any AI, added them and asked it to read the images and provide it to me in text format in a structured manner. And again, I've put this into the information Word doc that I'm going to feed the AI. So how are we going to go about getting a really good website for these guys? Well, I've copied loads of information from their website and I've added it to a Word document, which I'm going to attach. So there's the Word document. I also downloaded all the images, as you saw, and I've shrunk them down. So let's add those as well. Let's just grab all of them. What I'm not going to do is add all the menu images. And unfortunately, this looks like I'm going to have to add them one at a time. Oh, okay. You're only allowed 5 documents. So I don't know if this will work or whether I'll have to add images later, because this is the first time I've tried to add images. Let's see if it will make use of them anyway. And now we add the prompt. So I'm going to say, create a new restaurant website for, give it the name, using the information and photos provided. And I've asked it to make sure to include a Google map showing the location, because I think that's quite important, especially for a restaurant. You want the Google map embedded in the actual website. So this is the cool part. This is going to cost 30 credits. We hit build. And that's it now. We can just sit back and relax as it does its thing. So it's first going to check over the prompt and the documentation, and then it just starts coding away. Now, this can take a while, and of course, it depends on how complicated your prompt. I think I probably should have been a little bit more specific around menu structure and what I want where, but I'm kind of just going freeform here to see what the AI can come up with. So there's 3 tiers available to the general public, and if you're an AppSumo Plus member, you get access to tier 4. The main difference is that you get everything starting tier 2 upwards. Tier 1, you can't integrate Stripe or use custom domains. So tier 2 is really the starting point for this. It also gets you 750 credits, which when I first got hold of this, I didn't know really if that would be any good. What does that mean? Is that a decent amount? And if you're only focusing on one project, 750 is probably going to do you, quite a few projects, because it's only 30 to generate and then 10 per edit. Well, if you pack all your edits into just a couple of additional prompts, you can do quite a few projects with this. But if you think you're going to be doing something really complicated, you can go up to 1,500 or 3,000 credits if you're a Plus member. Otherwise, there's no real difference apart from tier 1. As I say, you're just missing out on those 2 little bits. So if you're worried that you might pick, say, AppSumo tier 2 and run out of your monthly credits, you can come in and purchase extra credit packs. So these are one-time purchases starting at $50, and then they go all the way up, and you can get a stack of credits that will keep you going. But of course, if you just hold on a little bit, they'll refresh. Tier 2 seems to be pretty generous at 750, but if you're going to be using this a lot, definitely consider the other tiers if you don't want to be buying these one-off packs. So it's still coding away, and it's interesting because it normally goes quite fast. When it slows down a little bit, you can kind of see where it's up to. And at this point, it's saying things like beverages, and it looks like it's programming in the menus and all the different items that are in the menus. While it's doing that, I just point out at the top here, you see we've got links to GitHub and Superbase. I've not used either of those extensively, but I do have accounts now with them, so I have linked those up. And that means if you do want to export this out, you can export it to GitHub, and you don't have to be within the Greta environment. You can then put it elsewhere if you know what you're doing. I don't, so I appreciate that they've got some sort of hosting deal. I think it's from Netlify, I think it is. So this will also host them when we hit deploy. And if you're on tier 2 upwards, you're then able to add the custom domain. Okay, so we're getting near the end now. It's starting to install it, and we're about to get the big reveal. Here we go. We've got a little bit of work to do because these menu items I could just do with changing the color. But we've got the correct contact details. We've got the correct links to their socials. Make a reservation. That goes to Open Table. That's correct. Gift cards. Yes, it's got the gift card link here. That's very good. So we've got some of the. So that's some of the images. Now we don't have the chef image, so I'm going to have to add that. Our space. So this is all good. Now here we go. This is what I was looking forward to seeing. So this is the menu. So we've got at the top here. This goes transparent. And then it comes in, but the transparency doesn't really work with that image, does it? But let's scroll down. So this is what I wanted to see, is how it handled the menu. So instead of it just being PDFs, we now have proper text-based menu, which will be much easier for anyone using a screen reader as well. So it's now split it, beverages, cocktails, tasting menu. Now I'd have to double check all this, but this looks much better than the menu. We've then got testimonials. I'm not quite sure why it's got these little exclamation marks, so I'll have to take a look at getting those removed. Make a reservation, goes to Open Table. It's embedded the Google Maps. Very good. So this has created, I think it's just a one-pager. Yeah, it is. It's just a one-page website, but it's done a good job. Maybe we'd love in Austin, Texas. It's got the year on there, but as a first draft, I'm pretty impressed with that. I think this looks a little bit more professional. We've then got the menu, which is really cool. It's not split across. It's all the information in one place. I really don't like having to click around, waiting for things. So what can we do? Well, if there's something not quite right, we can type the message here. When the menu is transparent, the text and the logo are hard to see. So that's now going to cost 10 credits to resolve. But let's see what it does. You're absolutely right. So it's giving me some feedback. It's now going to fix it by adding proper text constraints and styling. Okay, that's cool. So it's now fixing the issue, and it's going to redeploy it, and it should pop back up again in a moment. So there we go. It's done a great job. It's now fixed it. So it's kept the color but on hover, but we can now see it. If we scroll down, that should flip to white. Yeah. Great job. So it takes a few minutes. Okay. And if you're into websites, you could probably do that change very quickly yourself if you're using something like WordPress or whatever. The point is here, you simply tell the AI is your web designer, tell it what you want or what's wrong, and it will go ahead and try and fix it. So I spent about 20-30 minutes just going through this and checking over various elements. I hadn't noticed originally that I actually missed off some of the menu items. So I've gone back, I've asked it to update some of the imagery here. So you see we've got now a picture of the space, and I've added some more photos to this. I've then gone back and had the full menu added this time. It was missing a few items. We've had the event section missing. I forgot to include that in my briefing document. So it shows you how important it is to get that right. But no problem. I gave it the information and it's come up with this really cool layout. So I gave it the same information that was on the existing website and attached a few photos. That seems to be a really good way of adding sections because it will use the photos in sections. So it's now got the host event and it's come up with these cool little boxes, and then it's added these images and also added the little text underneath. I haven't done that. It's come up with that itself, which is brilliant. Now, I have deliberately named the photos what the photos are rather than image 1, 2, 3. I haven't experimented to see if it can look at the photo. I figure telling it in the file name is probably enough to get the AI to name it correctly and understand the context it should use it in. It's added all these nice little icons at the bottom, and it's added this little box, this call to action. So we've got a few more call to actions. I had to update some of the emails because I hadn't told it where to send emails to. All very easy to do. And then was there anything else? Oh yeah, we just added this section at the bottom. I had downloaded a lot more photos than I'd been able to upload. I wanted to add another section just to show off some of the nice photography because the photos they've got are really good. They look great. Again, it's added a call to action. I didn't ask for that. The AI has done that. And then it was just updates the year at the bottom. The last thing I want to do, though, is just need to nail down at the top. I've just noticed scrolling down on the menu, beverages, warning, exclamation mark. So I just need to sort that. I'd be really interested to know what the actual restaurant owner thinks. So I might just drop him an email. Unfortunately, the owner didn't get back to me. I was recording over the 4th of July weekend, probably very busy, but I do have to get this video out. So I decided to put some time into creating a new website that had a little bit more features and functions. So you've seen how quickly and easy it is to spin up just a standard website, and that works really well. Some of my earlier projects, though, were a little bit too ambitious. And so I wanted to pick something that was a little bit more achievable. And so I've come up with a way of generating invoices, because quite often you want to send an invoice out, but if you don't have a financial system that can generate them for you, you end up having to type things out in a Word document or on a PDF or in a spreadsheet or whatever. So this has been designed to make it super simple to generate an invoice. I first generated the main system and then I asked it to generate this website. It's done a very good job. There's more work to do. It's included some testimonials that just don't exist because no one's used this. There's various links down the bottom that don't go anywhere yet, so there's a bit more tidying up to do. So this is the dashboard when you log in. It's just a basic overview, but after tinkering with it for a few hours, I've added in a few features and functions, and it was all very easy to do. I just chatted with the AI as if I was chatting to a web developer. I just said, I want this, I want that. So you've got a basic overview dashboard. You've got a dashboard of the invoices. This is where you can create invoices. We have a basic client management tool where you can add a client and you can select the currency that you want the invoice to go out in, because I sometimes work with people in the US, sometimes in the UK. So I wanted to have the option of default currencies per client. Then in settings, you've got your own settings for yourself. You've got your preferences, as in the default currency and the default days due. What I was very impressed with is I didn't tell it to add this little blue box, which is a little help box. It's just gone ahead and done that for me, explaining what both of those options are about, which I thought was brilliant. We then got default payment methods. So again, you can add multiple. Sometimes you might want a bank transfer, you might want PayPal. Maybe you've got a couple of different banks. You can just add multiple banks in here and set them as a default payment method. Now, there's no fancy bits and pieces like integration with PayPal or integration with Stripe. That's a little beyond me at the moment. This will just put the details on the invoice. So let's create one. When you come in, you can see it generates an invoice number. It even generated 3 different looks, different designs for you to pick from. We've got the issue date, the due date, There's the payment methods that I just showed you. Here's the client. So it's a little drop down. The more clients you have, you just select them, automatically fills out their address and the currency. You then add the items. So just totaling it up. You've got additional notes. You can hit preview to check it out. So there's the invoice that's been generated. You can see you've got the client details on this side. This is the overall look of it. I haven't done anything about adding your own logo, but I'm sure that would be quite easy to add in as well. You've got the payment information down the bottom. Now, I can mark it as sent, but I haven't got a method of sending it out. Again, I think that would involve a little bit more complicated stuff that I'm ready to tackle yet. I'd have to hook it up to some sort of email sending platform, but this is a very basic system that works well. In preview the invoice, you hit download, and that you can then download a PDF for you to email out. And when you go back to your invoices, you've just got a basic status. So we can say we've sent that one. So it's now sent, and then eventually it will be paid, hopefully. And we can mark the invoice date when it was paid. There it is. You can sort by issued date. It's got everything you need. And I did this in a couple of hours, which I'm amazed with, because this normally I'd have to write a brief, send it to a developer, get them to do it. I managed this all on my own. I'm not a coder. I was just using very straightforward language. So if you like the look of this, it's just a very quick couple of demos for you, but it is possible. I think I would need to go a step further now. And if this was to be made public, I think I'd have to integrate it with Supabase, and that would handle all the sign-ups and all that kind of stuff. But as a minimum viable product, this has worked really well. Like I say, 2 hours and done. So if you like the look of this, if you want to make websites, if you want to make online tools, then click my affiliate link below and highly recommend Tier 2 upwards.